Hello and welcome to the video. Today we're going to be going over one specific function in Arma 3 and what it's useful for. I'm going to put the function on screen right now. This is the function right here. It's this objectsGrabber, and it's very useful for people that want to make a collection of objects and then have that spawn in various places around the map at different times. Usually around some sort of object marker or Zeus player, but what it's basically doing is getting the relative positions of those objects that you create on the map instead of their actual position on the map. So we're going to jump to the editor right now in virtual reality. You can do this anywhere you want. If you're on Altus, you got the Elmira Salt Flats. That's nice and flat. But he just wants a nice flat, and yours perfectly flat. So we're going to be spawning some things in. Anything under military is usually pretty useful. And I'm just going to place some sandbags right here. Let's say we're making a configuration of sandbags. If you're very new to the editor, Shift plus left click does your orientation. So anyways, once you have a collection of objects, to save them as a composition in the editor, right-click with all your objects selected and go ahead and save as custom composition. Today we're actually going to be using, I think this camp right here was in the campaign, but this is an example of one of the compositions that comes with Arma 3. But you'll make a similar base or something like that. It could have people defending it. It could have HMG turrets. It can have maybe a vehicle for defense as well. Once you do, you're going to place one person and place it in the center, so that way all the object's positions are saved relative towards a guy standing in the center. So that way when they're used in a mission and you have a spawn marker, whether it's whatever kind of object, usually it's an invisible marker that it's just a line of text in your mission file. Usually that's placed on like a road or an open area. Your objects will spawn around that area and not off to the side if you ran this function with your guy standing off to the side. So once he's in the middle, we have a playable character that you have. Any kind will do. You're going to play as that character. And this text right here will be in the description. This is our function that we're going to be putting into, I believe, the console. To do that, just hit escape and it'll be empty right here. Just copy. Once that's copied, paste that right there. Now, some things about this function is this right here is just refers to our playable character. Let's say you have some object in the game. You can run this function using whatever name the object has, just like this. Now the second thing in this array is your distance in meters that it will run this function, and that's a distance radius. So it'll be storing all the objects around us in a 50-meter radius, and we just have to local exec, and it shows up in here, but also is on our clipboard. So you can go to a text editor or Word, or I use Notepad++. It's very useful. Control V, and you can see all the objects that were in that little outpost that was made. This time it was the camp from the campaign. These are all the objects. If there are soldiers, they'll show up as well. If there's vehicles, turrets, they'll all be in here. and you can save that file and send it to me, and I can edit it and put it into the Wasteland file, and it'll spawn as an outpost that you can go attack with whoever you're raiding it with. Well, I just want to thank you all for watching. I hope you learned something. I know I didn't cover how to spawn this in the mission file. If you're interested in that, I may post that at a later time. For now, I hope you have a good one.